SIG undefeated, coming in at 3-0. South Florida Elite at 2-1. SIG averaging 28 points per game in earlier pool play. It'll be first down from their 5. Pass downfield and incomplete on the first attempt for Olivia Rijo. Rijo, a talented receiver, one of 4 players actually that are at Kaiser or will be attending Kaiser University for SIG.
And Mark, you mentioned that this team, the Staten Island Giants, averaged 28 points per game. They also gave up 0. They're the only team that didn't give up any points in the pool play yesterday, outscoring their opponents 83-0.
Here they go on second down in midfield. That pass underneath complete to number 9, Mary Wigren. Wigren with a catch and run, and we keep saying it, and it's so true, that the yards after catch, the yak is huge in flag football. Pulling that flag off isn't as easy as it might appear on television at home. We've got third and midfield to go for Staten Island Giants. South Florida Elite coming into 2-1. Second in Pool C, averaged about 17 points per game. Big third down play here. You hear the official counting out the time down on the field. The pass complete, and there's real estate ahead for the receiver, Janasia Wilson. And it's first down and goal.
Oh, yeah, you're going to see Janasia Wilson right here come across the formation, make a nice running catch, but Val Vanetti, the quarterback, hits her in stride, allows her to have one of those yak balls, we call them, and then, oh, look at that speed down the sideline. She was scooting.
Man. First down and goal. See that dotted line? That's the no-run zone. Can't run the ball from 5 yards or in. There's the pass complete. And the stop made it about the 4 on Gandlin. Allison Gandlin, the National Flag Football Player of the Year.
And after you just saw that amazing run by Janasia Wilson, one thing that Val Vanetti told us was that although Allison is their star, there's so many other players that they can get the ball to, and that kind of showed you there. Allison Gandlin, if you forget about her playing the center spot, she can become wide open. But there's other weapons on this team that you also have to pay attention to.
Second and goal. A bunch of formation around the center. Into the end zone and touchdown! Olivia Rijo. And an impressive opening drive for the Staten Island Giants.
And just as we say it, Olivia Rijo comes in motion down, runs a nice corner. Getting the ball out fast is what Val Vanetti said she loves to do, and right there she showed that off with a nice semi-roll touchdown pass to Olivia Rijo.
Boy, they got it down the field extremely quickly, Robert, going for the extra point now from the 5-yard line. There's a look at the credentials of Rijo. These girls have been playing together for a while for head coach Michael Colt. And that's going to be stopped up short. Alvarado making a nice stop on Mazziata. Mazziata didn't quite have enough to get in, so it's 6-0.
We talk about how grabbing this flag can be extremely difficult, so as soon as they make that catch, you got to pull it away, and it's where the ball is at, not where the player is at. So you see this here again in slow motion. Boom, flag comes off. Ball is not in the end zone. That is a not conversion mark.
And we'll see now what Robert South Florida Elite can do with it. Quarterback Ava Alvarez will trigger here. Completes her first pass underneath. Play still going and out closer to midfield. The catch by Mahogany Simmons, who made a nice move after the catch and picked up about 5 or 6 extra yards.
Nice, easy, simple completion. And what did you say is a big part of this game, Mark?
Yak.
It's the yak right there. You break the tackle. They can't get your flags. Keep swiveling those hips and trying to keep them away from them.
Nice little ball fake and pitch to number 10, Ashley Alvarado, the center on that play. Alvarado picked up a few more yards. It's going to be third down and midfield. They are in a no-run zone right now. You see that designated area cannot run the ball. It's got to be a pass to get across midfield here on 3rd down. And taking a shot downfield, incomplete. So 4th down and midfield to go, not far to go. Interesting decision coming up here for head coach Kevin Mujica.
The Bucs will play.
So on 4th down, you play or punt. We'll see what they decide to do. They go for it. If unsuccessful, the other team takes over at the spot. If they decide to punt, there's no actual kick. The opposition just takes over on their own 5-yard line. Looks like they're going to play here.
And for the defense, if they do complete this, you want to get them down immediately as you can if they're going to get past that mid-line to make them have to travel so far to score a touchdown.
And that's going to be a malfunction at the junction, a miscommunication there. And SIG Giants will take over from the spot in good starting field position.
Welcome back. Allison Ganlon's been able to continue this incredible flag football career alongside her sister Valerie. Now, Valerie wasn't always into flag football. She would come to the tournaments with her sister, and in 2019 they were playing up here in Ohio when they won the regional. And the way that Coach likes to tell it is he saw little sister in the pool throwing the ball around and was like, wait a second, you can play. Like, you got to join the team. So she did in 2020, and the girls have been playing together as sisters and teammates for the last 4 seasons.
That's an awesome story, and we've already seen a situation where one of the young athletes here was being coached by her father in a previous game that we called a moment ago. Valerie Ganlon on cue makes a nice catch and run afterwards.
I was going to say, did we plan that? Did we do the feature on Valerie and
that way.
and Allison, and then she gets a catch? Very nice.
Valentina Finetti, quarterback, has been on point so far. He's 5 of 6 for 54 yards. Going to pass it again. Over the middle, complete. No tackle yet. What a sprint. Close to the end zone. Touchdown. Janasia Wilson. Wow, what a burst.
Oh, my Lord.
Janasia Wilson.
Janasia Wilson said that flag football is her life. And when I tell you, you guys, she is playing with a vengeance out there. She just seems to be at a different speed than everyone else.
Yes.
Now, in flag, you are not allowed to dive, but you can reach. So that was like a mix of a reach dive. But guess what? We're going to give it to you for the touchdown.
Got to reward that kind of effort. So Staten Island Giants up quickly, 12-0. The clock running, approaching 5 minutes to go. Remember, we play 2 12-minute halves running time, so the pace of these games goes quickly, folks. They're going for the 1-point conversion. Into the end zone, and they'll get it this time. The pass by Ganlon to Jessica Finley. And it's 13-0, and there's a look at some of the numbers so far. Staten Island Giants leading the way offensively. Almost 28 points per game. We called the Fury Falcons a moment ago, and got a good look at the Predators as well.
And part of the reason that they're able to score so many points per game was just illustrated right there. Allison Ganlon, who plays wide receiver, now throwing the ball as a quarterback. They have so many interchangeable parts on this team. It's why they've been so dominant so far.
I want to get back to that in just a minute. Ava Alvarez slings it downfield, wide open, has a receiver. The play still live. And finally the tackle made at the 12. Perlotta making the catch. Their first big play of the game.
Yes, you're going to just show. She's going to go run vertical here, and this defender is just going to midpoint on the seam route and leave her wide open right down the sideline. Amazing play call. And then, look at that move out there, making all the receivers proud, making the first person miss. Just a blown assignment there from the Staten Island Giants.
So they're on the other side of midfield. It's 1st and goal. They have 3 opportunities to score. Alvarez hands it off on the run. Down to the 1-yard line. And that's where Serenity Simon, they're going to give her a touchdown. Thought they marked it at the 1 originally where the official stepped, but it's touchdown South Florida Elite.
Yes, just a nice handoff and run. We talked about yak. Well, sometimes you just got to run the football, swivel those hips to avoid the defender, and tiptoe down the sideline for a touchdown. Amazing run there by Serenity Simon. They said they don't care, Staten Island. We don't care if you haven't given up any points. We're here to win.
Great run. Those last 3 strides were different. Took a lot of dexterity.
Conversion here would be big, trying to get them right back in this game.
Make it just a 6-point lead. Into the end zone. It's going to be picked off. Can be returned. It can be returned, but the tackle made by Olivia Rijo made the interception on the play, so it remains 13-6 as Staten Island Giants give up their first score of any kind in this tournament so far, in this their 4th game.
And Mark, that makes this a very pivotal drive because the Staten Island Giants have started fast. Now they have to eliminate any hope for the team that just scored against them when it comes to South Florida Elite.
Wilson on the reverse picks up a few yards with under 2 minutes to go now in the first half. I was talking about offense, Robert. So how would you characterize what makes for a successful offense in flag and what you've seen so far?
Yeah, it's the variability, right? You've seen the Staten Island Giants. They come out, they go 3 to one side. They're going bunches. They're bunching around the center. They're using motion and misdirection to help confuse the defense and getting the ball out fast.
And it comes out fast that time. Finetti delivers a strike to Mary Wigren. Stop immediately made by Melanie Asmar.
And Mark, to further answer your question, this is a saying that we have in 11 on 11 football.
Right.
You can't go broke taking a profit.
Okay.
Right? So completions is the name of the game. They're doing a nice job of getting the variation in the offense to where Val Vanetti knows where to go with the ball fast and doesn't have to create too much.
3rd and midfield, so they didn't take a profit that time, Robert. Hey, I've heard the saying, greed is good. Yeah. They got a little too greedy, so right now it's going to be South Florida Elite ball at their own 5.
And this is exactly why I said that possession was a huge one for the Staten Island Giants, because now the South Florida Elite getting that stop feel like they have a chance. So instead of being down maybe 19 or 20-6, they have a chance to come back and tie the game here.
South Florida Elite has timeouts remaining. Pass downfield. Alvarez incomplete, broken up by Allison Ganlin. So Team Ganlin making an impact on this game at both ends, both sides of the football. No timeout, clock running.
I mean, they should definitely take a timeout.
14.
From their own 5-yard line.
Okay.
I apologize, Marianne.
Kevin Mojica is going to pass on the timeout. Going to let it run down. Hear him yell out, last play. Incomplete. Ava Alvarez's pass goes through the arms of Serenity Simon, and that would be a very disturbing moment for Serenity. Didn't like that. So Staten Island Giants will take a 13-6 lead into the half. Ava Alvarez, the quarterback. The Miami Flag Football Player of the Year. Fakes the handoff and completes the pass over the middle. A short gain of about 3 yards to Mahogany Simmons.
And Mark, you know, this game moves so fast that right before the half, we didn't get a chance to really talk about South Florida Elite not taking the timeouts that they have there to potentially go on a drive and try to score, especially getting the ball first in the second half. You would think that they would have tried to be a little bit more aggressive, right? It puts more onus on them to go get points on this drive.
Second in midfield for South Florida Elite. Into traffic and picked off. It's coming back the other way. Janissa Wilson takes it inside the 5, and she's going to be down to about the 1-yard line. Boy, tremendous two-way star.
Oh, my Lord. They call her Showtime. She's right here. You're going to see her mirror her receiver, and then as the quarterback throws the ball, it looks like it goes over one defender, and Janasia Wilson's right there. She said, oh, I got this. And like I told you guys, she is running at a different speed than everyone else on the field. Almost made her way back in there, but great concentration. Caught it on the second bounce, but hey, it still counts.
Set it up on the 2-yard line in the no-run zone. It's got to be a pass. And there it is. Who else? Wilson one more time. She catalyzed that drive, and she caps it off with a touchdown reception off her own interception.
Yeah, Mark, why wouldn't you throw the ball to the young woman who got you in that position to have a chance to score in the first place? You know what it is? I think Janaisha Wilson saw Allison Ganlon yesterday have 3 pick sixes in the game, and she was like, you know what? I got something for that. Yeah. Anything you can do, I'm going to try to do it better. Man. And that's what makes this team so great.
She has been impressive. High school athlete, played basketball 4 years. Here's the extra point. Incomplete. They won't get it. But back to Janaisha Wilson, number 1 for the SIG Giants. You know who her favorite athlete is and player is?
Who that be?
Who else gets a lot of interceptions? Travis Hunter. I'll answer it for you.
Oh,
that's her favorite player. That's her favorite athlete. Getting her Travis Hunter on, Robert Griffin, right there.
She's hunting the football.
Here we go the other way. Incomplete and a flag. That's going to be pass interference.
Here we go.
A 13-point deficit.
Pass interference, defense, number 9. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
A 13-point deficit in flag football with the clock in mind is a huge hill to climb, right?
It is a huge hill to climb, but it's only if they don't get points here.
Okay.
Because then at that point, the Staten Island Giants can now take their time on every single snap and prevent the other team from even having a chance to get the ball with enough time to come back.
First in midfield. Little play fake and pass complete to Mahogany Simmons. Stopped by Allison Ganlon. Her and her sister Valerie, both members of this SIG Giants team. Little over 8.5 minutes to go. Mark Jones, Robert Griffin III, Chris Budden down in the field.
And now here we talk about the rusher. That is a young one by the name of Kylie Caetano. She has to get the quarterback to get the ball out of her hands fast.
Good pressure, and she helped force that incompletion. That rusher starts from 7 yards back. Is it more than just a full sprint at the quarterback here, Robert?
It's more than just a full sprint because they have to make sure they stay low so they can change direction because the quarterback's not just going to be a stationary target. They're going to move left and right. And the thing about Kylie Caetano is she's actually the first female from New Jersey to receive a scholarship to play flag football in college. So she's a trendsetter herself, and right there, those glasses seem to be fitting for the trends she's setting.
No doubt. Pass over the middle, almost picked off again. Ava Alvarez struggling a little bit. Allison Ganlon almost had SIG's second interception. And it's going to be 4th and midfield to go. And
the Bucks will play.
They will play. You just heard the call. They don't have much choice at this point. Down by 13 with under 7.5 to go.
You call time.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're on the same page of what they want to do here.
Hey, Serenity out and up right now. Mel, you got the post on the left side, all right? You have a hitch in the middle. You got a deep pitch right here. Okay. Let's go. What are we doing? Let's go.
Quick decision making from head coach Kevin Mojica.
Ava,
South Florida has a lot of talented players to choose from with its club teams, and the state of Florida was the first state to sanction high school girls flag football as a sport. Here it is on 4th down. Incomplete. And the SIG Giants will take over on downs from the spot intended for Serenity Simon. For SIG Giants out of Staten Island have been on the money, except for that one to Janaisha Wilson. A rare miscue covered by Ashley Alvarado. It'll be 2nd down and goal. 2nd down and goal because they took over on the scoring side of midfield. They have 3 opportunities to get into the end zone. And what a day so far for quarterback Valentina Finetti. 8 of 11 so far. Sown 3 touchdowns. They've got 4 different players on that team that will play college flag football at Kaiser University. Finetti had it knocked down. Great recovery and closing speed by Asmar. Melanie Asmar with a nice play.
Yeah, what's impressive about the South Florida Elite team is they're not giving up. And if you want to look at it as kind of an advantage when you go for it on 4th and mid and you turn the ball over to the other team, look at this. Nice job smacking that bad boy down. I know she wished she could probably catch that and maybe run it back for her team. But it puts the offense now in a tough spot where they're at, first and goal, second and goal, third and goal from long ways away from the end zone.
Into the end zone, incomplete that time from Finetti. Intended for Olivia Rijo.
And that's just what the doctor ordered for South Florida Elite, Mark. Getting that stop, obviously still down 13, but it was a quick stop, right? Only a minute or so off the clock. Now they got to speed up their offense if they want to actually have a chance to come back and win this.
Starting from their own 5. First in midfield. Have to start taking shots here, right, Robert?
100%. Oh.
They come underneath instead, and it's incomplete. Marginal contact on that play. Intended for, was broken up by Jocelyn Garcia, was the intended receiver.
We're going right here. 1 and 2, you guys are darting. All right, Maui, you got the post. You're going post, and you're sitting middle of the field. That safety comes down. You got to win your post, Maui. Bring yourself in some.
They looking for the post here?
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like from the coach. I just need him to talk a little bit faster because when they're in that huddle for 20 seconds, you're burning time that could help you come back and win.
Only 4:06 to play. Down by a couple of scores. Underneath, the pass complete. Patience Mosley on the catch here, Robert.
Yeah, you see Ava Alvarez hits her outside. I guess Patience Mosley is trying to tell me, hey, be patient, Mr. Griffin. Be patient. We are going to try to move this ball down the field effectively. I just know that the clock is not your friend, and it's turning into almost a 2-minute drill where they need to get up to the line of scrimmage and run these plays.
Ava Alvarez got to get her best Tua on right now. Taking a shot into coverage and incomplete. Janasia Wilson knocked it away. Boy, she has been ubiquitous, man. She's offense, defense, all over the field, touchdowns, interceptions.
And she's right here on your screen. You see her. That's not even her girl to be covering.
Right.
She's just playing in her zone. Ball comes into it. She's acting like a ball hawk. I tell you what, right now, I wouldn't throw the football anywhere near Janasia Wilson. Like I told you, it just seems like she is locked in, whether it's offense or defense. The ball is hers when it's in the air.
Staten Island Giants looking at improving to 4-0 so far. With a win, they're 2:45 away from that. And a great tackle in the open field by number 4, Kylie Catano, their rusher. Wow.
Talk about attacking as a defender. We've already told you some facts about Kylie Catano. Well, her favorite movie is The Greatest Showman, and she said, you know what? You ain't putting on a show today. I'm taking that flag, and you're going to get off the field.
Wow. So it'll be first and goal. And this one is pretty much cooked, glazed, and ready to be sliced if you're the Giants. Wilson just toying with the defense, and that is excessive contact, I'm going to guess, Robert. Unnecessary roughness. Jocelyn Garcia was on the defensive end of that as we take another look on the left side of your screen. Here's the call.
Personal foul, defense, number 1. The ball will be placed half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, look how close this game is. And then at that point, watch her just razzle-dazzle. And listen to it.
Oh, are there pads popping down there? I mean,
bruh, did you feel? I felt that up here.
Yeah. So Wilson comes to the sidelines, a rare breather there beside Olivia Rijo. 1:20 to go.
Mark, it's almost like no matter how hard you try, just the nature of football, at times it can become a little physical. She's trying to score. The defender's trying to stop her. No one's relenting. We're just happy that everybody's okay.
Approaching a minute to go. Benetti lobs it up, and it's knocked away. Incomplete. And it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. You know, one of the great things about
Timeout.
hearing the stories
Bucks.
of
It's gonna be a
these young
30-second
women
timeout.
is hearing a lot of these women that we've spoken to express the desire to play football and having to play with the boys or having to play, even tackle at times, to be able to play a sport they love.
This way. So
But now
widen
with
out,
NFL
force
flag
her to roll to her
available,
opposite side.
opportunities
All right, get your eyes out the backfield.
continue to
Straight
grow
out,
for
make a
young
play.
women getting
So-
involved in this sport.
Well, Mark, for far too long, there's been just this narrative of what women can't do. So they're finding ways to play on the men's tackle football team, whether it be as a kicker or as a quarterback. And now with this sport, it allows them to find a home and have a league of their own. I think that's very important.
2nd and goal. Light work. Touchdown, Olivia Rijo with the touchdown reception.
And guess what, Mark? That was a very similar play to the one she scored on
How about that?
earlier in the game in the first half. Just lines up right here. She's going to run a nice corner route. I feel like I've drawn that before.
Yeah.
All right. And then easy, they drop her in coverage. Go ahead and let the confetti fall. Easy touchdown for Olivia Rijo.
We visited with Olivia yesterday, and she expressed a great desire to be joined by 2 other teammates at Kaiser University to play collegiate flag football. And there's another touchdown for Mary Wigren. Pardon me, extra point.
Nice job right
That'll
there.
do it.
Val Vanetti. I don't know if you guys noticed.
Next game.
She's a lefty. And guess what, Mark?
How about
She throws it just right.
That's right, all the time. On the time, every time, and 26-6, the final score. Staten Island Giants now 4-0, undefeated here at the NFL Flag 18 and under girls round of 16. They move on to the round of 8.